Hello and welcome back to Factorio. It's time to start these reactors up. We're gonna have to start them one by one though, because we only have 100 of these each. But it's fine, we'll start one at a time. How are you guys doing? You about to arrive? Still have 88. Come in here. I think starting this one is going to fix our power problems. Yeah. For now, at least. So we can wait a little bit. Okay. So today, 200th episode. Freaking cool. I'm really proud of the progress this base has made. It's been a lot of fun for me. Really enjoyed this playthrough so far. Anywho, enough of that. Today, we are going to ship design something. So we're gonna launch a new thing. While that's doing its thing, I was looking a little bit at our past designs here. Some of these have been really... This was a fairly efficient ship for its time. I was pretty proud of this one. Same with this design, I really obviously still use it, so I'm still liking that. But this is the model that we need to retire. So we need to build Interplanetary Logistics Mark III. And then we have all these ships and stuff that went to Edge of Space and didn't make it, except this one has been running for a bit. Here we have some modified designs of that as well. This is something old from when we were farming asteroids for white science, I think. And these are the... Yeah, these... Okay, yeah. That's the small buffers that we've been using. Okay. So I think the basis of this ship... not sure if we have anything like it anymore. I think this is probably the closest. I'm gonna do the other way around. So we're gonna expand it downwards. We're gonna mirror this. This is 7 engines. I think we're gonna go with either 9 or more. We'll see a little bit how the width is. That's 4. And that's 4. So this width is kind of what we have to work with here. Ish. I'm gonna build the engine part first, I think. Probably with the pipes. And I think this is gonna be designed to just go full speed. I don't really care about fuel efficiency. Like, it was fun to try this at home, to do the circuits, and I think we have the new icons somewhere. Yeah, this one. Like, it was kind of fun to go half throttle, to be like, okay, we're gonna be pretty efficient here. But I think we're gonna design this to just go full speed, right? Is this gonna be the problem? Because we're not having issues with power again, are we? No. This is just actually a logistics bot problem now. But they're mostly charging. See, this is the part where I'm like, I'll start consider installing mods. Because I'd really like to be able to expand these, you know, so they can charge more. Because the weakness of this design is obviously bot charging, right? And they're very busy because they need to charge. I don't think bot speed is gonna fix this problem, unfortunately. Okay. Just gonna queue up a bunch of this so we can eventually get this built, right? We also probably want to make sure to get a couple of these going so we can accept more rockets at a time. Unfortunately, these are 50 per stack, so it's gonna send a lot of rockets as well. Which is another problem. I'm going to add a couple here. Just because I can, and I think it's needed here as well, right? It doesn't fit into the design super well, but we will be adding them here. Here it looks okay still. Out here. Couple up here. Do 4. 4. And down here. That should be in. So hopefully here they're gonna be able to charge a bit better. They're also kind of stuck on this area here. Here it seems fine. It seems kind of fine along that area as well. They're kind of stacking up throughout here now. So this was a good addition. There are some here that are free, so I don't think it's a huge problem. Add a couple here as well, I think. This is a pretty common area for them to go to. Okay. This honestly seems fine. Now we are at this problem where I don't fucking know where I add more bots to the system anymore. Apparently it's here. We'll be adding a couple more here. I'm gonna go up to 20k and we'll see. I don't think it's gonna alleviate the problem, it's potentially gonna make it worse. Tile placement. Okay, I mean, just try and get that done. I'm gonna do this, and we can see if we can. You're gonna cover that. Perfect. We're gonna see. We finish this part first. Okay. Perfect. And now we'll need to take this. We'll need to go further down a bit. So we can remove this for now. I mostly want to see how we're gonna connect this stuff. We can probably start up the next reactor here in the meantime. There's so many bots here as well. This is a spicy bot area. It's a spicy bot area. Okay. So. We can just do this, right? Then we need to be one outside, and it's gonna be same C's on this side. Take a look at the reactor. Almost here. $32 on the way. Don't care about the last 4, whatever, dude. That should be more than enough. We should have so much power now. Okay. So we have two options here. How do we actually want to do this? Because I don't need to get anything through here, do I? Not really. Because blue is going to get through there, and then it's going to go through all of this. And red is going to go through all of this. So I don't really care that much about this. So this is something we could probably just work with, right? And then we'd need a bunch of these, actually. I don't know how many, but let's get 10 of them. We're gonna need... do we have a cryogenic chamber legendary down there? I don't know if we're requesting that there. No, we are not. So we are going to remove that. We're just gonna go a normal cryogenic chamber. It's not gonna be full legendary then. I'm pretty sure we need a couple of these. Maybe 3. Okay, so we need a little bit of blue fuel. That's gonna need water as well, right? We're gonna need some red fuel. We're gonna need some water from ice. Ice melting. This is probably the tightest we can make this. Right? It annoys me that that works out like that. Okay. So that's something that we need. We're gonna need a couple of these. We're gonna need yellow ammo. We are going to need... we're gonna need rockets, yeah? Yellow rockets. I've been thinking... Because this... The explosive rocket, it does pretty decent 900 damage explosion. But the normal rocket just does almost 2k damage straight up. And it's gonna mega one-shot the big ones, right? I don't know how much health they have. Let's check. A big asteroid boy. I'm not gonna one-shot them. It is gonna two-shot them. Yeah, it's gonna two-shot them for now. Yeah. So I think because this adds so much complexity, because our complexity is maybe the incorrect word, but because we need a lot more explosives, instead of 1 per rocket, we need 3 per rocket. It's quite a steep increase. I don't think the piercing ammo is worth it anymore. I really, really don't think the piercing ammo is worth it. Because this is just gonna go medium and small asteroids, so... I think we just don't do steel at all. I don't think we do copper either. I think we just do plates and explosives. So we need this process here. The coal bullshit. We need some coal. We need this, which also needs water, incidentally. And then we need iron, which needs molten iron, which is this. You can probably bundle those together. I don't think we need that. We need the explosives, which also need water. Do we really need anything else for this ship to work? We have the fuel system. We have rockets and normal ammo, which is gonna be... This huge part is gone. We'll just make a small... We'll just make a small thing. I'm really considering just making a sushi belt out of this. I think that's what we'll do. Yeah. Okay, I just gave birth to a really... let's call it interesting idea in my head. I think we'll do a sushi belt, like a complete sushi belt. For this, I think it's the most optimal way. Similar to how we did on this one. But also not really. We'll have it slightly different from this. Because I have an idea. We're gonna need a couple of these. And they're gonna be on this kind of thing, right? And what I liked about this is that we'll get specific asteroid chunks in specific things, right? So I think we'll do... Right, that's not gonna start catching shit, right? Because this is not powered at all. Yeah. So that's good. I think we'll do... this, yeah. And we'll have... Well, one of this is gonna be kind of far down, I think. We'll put it there. So we want to be space efficient as much as possible here, I think. We'll see if we can bundle this together a bit more later. doesn't matter that much, honestly. I think it would be more for symmetry than anything else. The goal of this ship is to not be as freaking big as the others that I've made. Okay, so what do we need to puzzle this together? I'm gonna steal something from this guy. Right, these ones. I really want. So I'll take this one. Boom. And this is just gonna regulate. This is not exactly what I want. We can modify this. We can modify this. Because I have an idea here. I have an idea. But that's not gonna work. Because this is gonna sometimes have an excess. So that's not gonna work. Because I was thinking, instead of this here, we just have a sushi belt and we'll run 3 of these next to each other. So we'll have, can I grab the other ones as well? Like we'd have this one here. But closer. This does not belong on that one. So I was thinking of putting this part here. Here. But I don't think we can do that. I'm gonna clean these up a little bit and then I'll think about it. Then we need the iron one as well. Right? Okay, I'm gonna tilt this over. Because I still think that we probably need these, yeah. Can I just try to move this up a bit? I don't know where to Tetris these things in now. Everything is like really in the way. Can I get some more building space up here, please? There we go. I don't really... Okay. So what are the alternatives here? If the sushi belt is here, roughly, we'll mirror this. This is roughly the space that we have to deal with, yeah? We wanted this design, which is super freaking... inefficient space-wise. This is kind of what we'd have to do. I don't particularly like this solution. What are the resources that we need? We only need this. We only need the iron from this one. We don't need the copper. So we don't actually need this one. We need the other one. If I had to build this from scratch, what would I do then? We would build this. Oh, there's no way we'd need 2 of these anyway. And then we'd need this one as well. So I would like to build something that's this small, right? You know, okay, I have an idea for this. Probably. Okay. So we'd have calcite, we'd have ice. There. We'd have this and that, which is good. And then we'd have iron there. So we'd get this into a sushi belt here, right? We would take from a sushi belt that's down here. How would we calculate if there is too much of something? Because this is gonna flood this system in here, right? The best part about this is we could literally have this load from the same belt and be fine. That would be great. I'd really like to do that. I think I want this same kind of internal buffer here. Maybe here. So I can load this up with asteroids, right? And then here. We'd have these, yeah. This has a low chance to just output something back. It doesn't need those filters, but we just have that because copy paste. It doesn't matter too much. So this is pretty cool. We would be able to do this. And then we would use the same kind of logic here with this. 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 Yeah. This would just read everything here. And we'd be like, okay, if here's less than 10. I want to make this simple. We'll even do this. We're gonna output a something here. Let's say stack size. We're just gonna do this. And we can change that whenever we want. So we're gonna load up this thing. This is gonna be independent of whatever. We can place that down here somewhere or whatever. That doesn't matter too much. So when we have this loop here, how do I know when this is full? Right? I'm gonna try and tuck this into the side here. So if I have this big loop here, something like this, I don't know how much I need actually. We'll try to shrink this in a bit. And then I'll be like, I want to trash items from here somewhere. I do something like this. And this will be use filters. And this is gonna be... I need to set this filter based on how much is in here. And we're doing something similar here, I think. I remove all of this. Here, I think. Yeah, whenever anything is more than trash bin, and you are reading that from where exactly? Yeah, because you're setting the stack sizes and you are then reading from here, yeah. So you're literally just decider combinator reading this. That's pretty simple. So we could do similar here. I'm just gonna do this actually. We're gonna do trash bin. Let's say 100. And it's gonna be the same signal, right? So we'll have the red go in there. We're gonna read all of this. And then out goes the filter. And that's gonna set... anything that's more than trash bin, it's gonna output, right? And here we just set filter. this is just gonna be set filter. So if any of these items are more than 200, we are going to trash it. Okay. Can we do... We're getting ice from this. Okay, we're gonna swap around that. We're gonna get these things from here. We're gonna get the ice. We're gonna get the calcite and the iron. And we're gonna get the calcite and the carbon. Okay. I'm thinking about something else right now. So we're gonna output... Probably want to output here in the center, because I think that looks a little bit better. We'll get water as an output, which is fine. This is also going to need water, so we can put that next to that. Maybe just put that in here somewhere. Same with this. The explosives also need water. I'm gonna remove that. You are going to need some shit there. This is gonna annoy me that this is not centered. But that's fine. I'll have to live with that. Okay. That kind of works. That kind of works. It's not the prettiest, but it works. This, however, does not work. Because we're gonna have to scoot this over there. Because this needs to input there. The coal. And we're gonna get the carbon, or the sulfur, sorry, from here. And then we're gonna also get the water, which is fine. This is gonna do the thing, that's gonna do that thing, that's gonna go there. Okay, so far, kinda so good. Right. Then we need to puzzle this in here somewhere. Which I'd prefer, actually, if we could do like this. Now I'm like really trying to optimize some stuff here. Okay, so we are gonna get ammo out on this same belt. I want to reuse this sushi belt, right? So whenever ammo is like lower than something, we're gonna output. You're gonna need plates, you're gonna need plates. I kinda You're just gonna do that. You're gonna get plates. You're gonna get explosives. That's about as tight as we can make that, I think. Not bad, not bad. Now we need the reactor as well. This reactor is way too big. I think... this is probably the best we can do, right? Can we fit that in here somehow? No, I don't think so. That's a little bit unfortunate. Let's put that out. This is the smallest I think I managed to make this. It wouldn't really help to do this on the other side, would it? Probably not. This needs to be next to this anyway, right? This wouldn't help either, really, but I would like that, but that kind of fucks up something else. I think this is the option that we have. And then we'll load this with fuel. We can then do this, and that works out really well. We can at least go this much, right? So that's pretty space efficient, I think. I don't think we can realistically do much better than that. The biggest issue is this. We can probably... I don't know how much water we want to stack up here. Or fuel, for that matter. But we could do this. Could also go directly in there. Almost directly in there. Whatever, I'm gonna leave that as it is. Not a huge fan of how that looks, but it's okay. And then we'll get some water in here as well. Because why not? Having some stockpiled is not a bad idea. I guess this part here and this part here is going to be the solar power that we have just as a backup. We can start putting these in here. I don't know if that's gonna even make any sense. Problem is I kinda want this beaconed, don't I? Yeah, I probably just do. And that's not gonna reach shit. This doesn't get any beacons from this. We can't fit any beacons in there. Which is unfortunate. This doesn't need anything. And I don't know how much. That's gonna need 50 iron ore. That's gonna take ages to do. Yeah, you're gonna get 6 per second from that. My guy, that's gonna be tough. That's gonna be really tough. Not a huge fan, but I think this is what we're gonna do. Because then we get 1 beacon reaching these. We got 2 for this. What do we have in terms of... not substation. Accumulators. We do have a couple of the legendary accumulators. That's great. So we are going to do that, I think. So that kind of fills up that spot. This is 4. I don't think a solar panel is 4. No, that's 3 as well. That's the same size as that. Not that it matters that much. But I think this is gonna work pretty well. Okay. So, turret design. We are going with some of these bad boys. And this will look like this. I'm semi-allergic to using these legendary turrets for this, but we're gonna spam these, right? There's gonna be a lot. Alright, you know what? I'm too cheap to do this. We don't really need this. We're just gonna use this to fill up space. And I wanna put... So I don't wanna put this here. I think I wanna put... this here. Like that. And then we'll put that there. We'll put that there. We're gonna mirror that. Put that there. This is gonna cover... Yeah, that's gonna cover all of it, actually. Then we'll put our first thing here. Like so. It's 4 turrets in. That's actually not gonna work, because we have the hole there. Okay. Do 6 turrets then. Right, and we can't do that on that side because the hole is there. We can do that. Then we can do that. We can do 1 turret there. I think we'll do... Right, we can't do that here because we have a gap. So we're gonna have a little bit of a gap here. Design-wise, I really hate that, but it is what it is. And then up there, next one and next one. So we're gonna have 6 of these. Which hopefully will be fine. So now the question is, how much cargo space do we want? How much do we have on this? We have 28. Yeah, that's gonna be 56. This is 38. I guess we need more then. Another 18. That's 56. Let's go with 62. It's a fairly sizable ship anyway, actually. So we can just do this, and that, and there's going to be a slight gap. Right. Actually need another one of these here somewhere. This is the same size as these. Not really. But that works out pretty well anyway. We'll do that. That's gonna be the top of the ship. And somehow want to fit this in here. I think we just do this, yeah? That should be fine. Then we'll just keep going here. We'll see what we'll do up here. Yeah, that's gonna be looking like we move this one step there. Or we can do this. That also kind of works. That also kind of works. Okay, I'm curious to see what becomes of this. I'm just gonna trim a little bit here. Gonna trim a little bit here as well. Question is, are we trimming this or are we doing something with it? This could be accumulators, although I don't care that much about it. I feel like it's also a huge waste to just have any of these. I'm just gonna downgrade this. We'll do that. Honestly, kind of doing this just to fill up the space. And then we'll get some solar panels in here. I think that could be it. I'm just trimming a little bit here as well. And I think that could be it. I really think that could be it. Right, I actually need something to set these filters as well. Let's grab one of this. And let me send like... send a metallic thing, for example. Set filter. You're gonna do that. You are going to do that. And we can say that stack size is 50. So whenever stack size is less than 50, we're gonna do this, yeah? And this obviously is gonna read the whole belt, yeah? And this is gonna do the same. This will be carbon. This will be ice. So carbon. Kinda wanted that to go up there. So we have it on the upstairs. On all of these, yeah? All right. Yeah, I can't set filter there. I just want this to... We don't need to use a filter. Actually. This just needs to read it. We don't need to use filter, man. On this. This just needs to read all, hold all. And same here. Read. Don't set filters. Use filters. This is gonna be carbon. What? All right. All right. We can't do this either. This has to be like this. So this has to be a red wire. So a red wire, read. This is carbon. This is not set filters. This is carbon. This is carbon. Read this, ice, don't use filters. Okay. Yeah, so my guy, whenever iron is less than, you can go. The problem with this is that it's gonna go all the time, right? There's nothing stopping these from just filling this belt forever and ever. which is super inefficient. But the alternative is stopping this process, right? Right. We actually need these things in here as well. Okay. So. This is whenever ammo is less than 200. Let's say. Whenever yellow rocket is less than 200, let's say. Because again, this is sushi belt. We're not gonna fill this up with some bullshit. Also need some fusion power cells. That would be here. Gonna get that from Novice. Yeah, I want this. Thanks. Okay. These things are on the way. This is a fairly compact ship, actually. There are definitely some things here that are completely unnecessary. Maybe we could have made it slightly thinner here, but I'm fairly happy with this design, actually. I guess the filter was set. It's just not me seeing it. I need to figure out some way of being like... Whenever there's something in here, like I can stop this process maybe. I do have some room here to build some circuit logic for it. I just don't know how to do that. So for now, this is gonna endlessly run, but we need some way of like stopping this. That's reasonable. Okay. No, bro. Why would you... Please. That's rough. Empty this. That's really annoying. I think they even just disappeared. They didn't even get sent anywhere. Whatever. Okay, we're gonna have a test run of this. Alright, and now I sent that to fucking Narnia. Let's just wait for that. Fuel is primed and ready to go. Ammo is more than primed and ready to go. I'm curious to see how fast this is gonna be going full speed. We have 153. Should be fine. It's kind of empty, but it should be fine. Okay, so yeah, because this one is stopping, right? This is the only one that's stopping. Okay, let's go. We should be able to reach the same speed as the other one, which is around 500. Yeah, kinda. Right, I need to set the gun filters here as well. We ran out of fuel. Because we frankly don't have enough water. Okay, so we need to set some things here. Let me find this. Do this one. We can just go to novice, that would be great. And then find this. There might be a scenario actually where this is just not enough. Okay, so we'd rather have some water here on this ship as not backup per se, but I'd rather have some water in the tanks. So one cheeky thing that we could do is either we could read fuel and say that, oh, if fuel is something, then we can send a go signal maybe. We'd have to read ammo and fuel. And then we could say that if any of those are below a certain threshold, we should probably just beat this a little bit, right? That would be one way of doing it. Okay, let's send it to Volcano's circuit condition. Circuit condition. I just want to see here. We're going, we're going, we're going. Are these turrets enough to just smash these? Probably should be, right? Yeah, for sure. That looks pretty steady. Actually. What was that? That was on Gleba. No one cares about Gleba. Okay, so I kind of like this design. Only problem is this thing here. Maybe we have to increase the ammo, I don't know. We can probably do 400 and 400. I don't think that would be a bad idea. Because outside of this belt is always going to be ammo and inside is always going to be asteroids. So it's pretty good. This should be able to go to a kilo. Right? I just, let's see. A kilo circuit condition. Because the problem with this is it's kind of fast. And it needs to be able to replenish the ammo at the same rate. And I'm not sure it is. That's probably the biggest design flaw. But the inner planets, for sure, this is super duper no problem. Super duper no problem. We could do probably more than 50 stack here. Eventually. Yeah, now we're going to a kilo. This is gonna be spicy. I don't know if we can do this. Or it's gonna be super fine, and this is gonna be super anticlimactic. Okay, so 2 rockets. We can't one-shot them yet. One solution would be legendary turrets, obviously. Longer range is gonna make this way more safe. Doesn't seem to be super dangerous right now. This seems fine. This seems fine. This seems completely fine. This is definitely fine. And this should be able to idle here as well because of these. it should be able to idle. Okay, and then if we go directly back before replenishing anything, ammo still looks completely fine. Like, one-shotting these asteroids is gonna make this even more chill. This is gonna be the Brick Mark III, I think. This one is right now at a kilo. Can we just send this to novice? Because this is throttled as well, right? So I want to see. This one hits 500. I think 500 is the max speed-ish. Depending on the gravity. I think 400 might be a bit too much. Let's go 300 instead. I think 400 is pushing it. I was thinking maybe I want to stack things here, but I don't think so. Yeah, so it was reaching 500 here instead of 300. So it's like 20%, 25% faster than this. And like vastly simplified design with way less wasted space. The footprint is definitely smaller. Okay, I'm gonna just put that in here. Can I compare it to this? Yeah, so this is... It's pretty significantly smaller, right? These do 100 and... I can't even see. It's 161, I think. 8 plus 161, so 169. And these do... Well, it's not half the damage, but... Kinda. So... But the added complexity of not making this normal ammo, I don't think is worth it for space, really. Okay, I think this design is 99% done. I want to do something with this, but I don't know how to do it. Why are we still struggling with science? We're struggling with science output. We're struggling with yellow science. Hello? We are struggling with something. We're struggling with these because of engine. A lubricant issue, it looks like. So this is not enough to sustain this amount of... Right now we're stuck making 6k. That's not enough. It would be funny if we could put productivity modules in this. Maybe even make this 300. Stack it up a little bit. I would put a tank here, a storage tank, but I don't know if it's worth it, really. Okay. I would like to see this go up now to 10k and stay there. Okay, yeah. It's gonna take some time for that to go through the system. We've been hovering here for a bit. Oh, that should fix it. That should fix it. Okay, cool. We still have a bit of time left here. I'm gonna have to check back later and see that that's actually stable there. I'd like this to be as stable as possible. This wavy pattern. Anyway, so the ship design is complete. Next time, I'm probably gonna Google a bit and see if I can find a good solution to this. Because that would just make this ship slightly better. It's at 1% left, where this would not be a thing, right? This would just be a safety feature if something weird would happen. But just having enough resources in here would be really cool. And then maybe we can increase this to be 100. I don't know if it matters that much. But I'm pretty happy with this design. So the plan is we'll have 2 of these each running to each planet, and we'll see if that's gonna be enough to be like sustained science per minute. It would be really cool if it is. It would be really cool if it is. Anyway, that's gonna be it for the 200th episode. We're almost at 300 hours played as well. So the game has been running slightly outside of the YouTube episodes, but still, good 200 episode anniversary. Thanks for watching, and anyone who's watched all 200 episodes, I'm your biggest fan. Thanks for all the support, and have a really nice day.